Have you ever wondered how LeBron is still doing the same things that he did when he was in high school today, or how Steph Curry can run around on the court endlessly and still get off good shots? It all starts with valuing and prioritizing them taking care of their body. Whether it's the high-level fuel or nutrition and the relentless training, they value taking care of their body. And in this video, we're going to talk about the most underutilized natural tool that you have, and that is rest or sleep. Studies continue to show that most teens do not get the required amount of sleep that they need, and sleep is important for energy conservation, for restorative functions, long-term memory formation, emotional regulation, and toxin removal. All of these different aspects clearly have a role in the world of sports. Without proper energy conservation, we cannot perform at a high level, whether that be in the classroom, in the weight room, or on the court. If we can't properly restore our body, then all of the hard work that we put in on the court and in the weight room will not last, will simply just break down our body. All of the studying that we do for our basketball IQ, or the plays that we need to learn, or simply things that we need to learn in the classroom will not last because our long-term memory formation is not occurring. You may also find yourself to be more irritable, and you might have an increase in anxiety levels, which will lead to a decrease in performance. And then lastly, toxin removal does not occur while we're awake, and we're going to dive deeper into this topic right now. What you're looking at right now is imaging at the brain surface. On the left side, this is the outside of the brain. You can see the different blood vessels. And on the right side is inside of the brain. And as you already know, when you work out, blood pumps through your body, which helps remove toxins. Now, your brain has a very similar process. It pumps cerebrospinal fluid all throughout the brain to remove all of those toxins. You can see all of that fluid just flooding the brain. So all of the toxins that you accumulate throughout the day doing your mental functions are all being cleared out. Now, the interesting thing about this process, if you look at this imaging on the left, this is a brain that's awake. You can barely see any fluid being pumped in. But when you go to sleep, now you'll see a ton of fluid being pumped in through the brain. So what we've learned is that this process only really is effective and occurs while you're asleep. So in other words, poor sleep equals poor recovery, which equals poor performance. And we all want to perform at a high level. But how much sleep do we actually need? Well, let's take a look at a study. 48 healthy adults were divided into 4 groups. One group was given 0 hours of sleep, or a situation called total sleep deprivation, for 72 hours. The other 3 groups were allowed 8 hours, 6 hours, or 4 hours of sleep per night for the next 14 days. At the end of the study, the researchers found that the individuals who only got 4 hours of sleep per night saw significant decreases in performance, much like those who had no sleep over 2 days. At the end of the 2-week study, participants who slept 6 hours a day saw similar performance levels as those individuals who had no sleep over just 1 day. So in other words, you are not going to perform at a high level or anywhere close to your potential if you do not get to those recommended hours of sleep. In addition, sleep deprivation is associated with poor academic performance. So let's do a sleep study on you. What you're going to do right now is you're going to take out your phone or grab a piece of paper to track a Y or N for yes or no. Answer these questions. Do you usually need a loud alarm clock to wake you up in the morning? Do you usually hit the snooze control to get a few minutes more of sleep when the alarm goes off in the morning, or simply turn off the alarm and try to catch a bit more sleep? Do you sometimes sleep through your alarm? Do you find that getting out of bed in the morning is usually a struggle? Do you sleep longer on weekends than you normally do during the week? Do you find that it is more difficult to attend details on routine chores than it used to be? Do you sometimes fall asleep when you had not intended to? Do you sometimes find yourself getting very sleepy when you are sitting and reading? Do you sometimes find yourself getting sleepy or dozing off when you are watching TV? Do you drink more than 4 cups of coffee or tea containing caffeine during the day? All right, now you're going to tally up your results. So let's take a look at what they actually mean. If you had 3 or less, you are getting adequate sleep. Great job. 4 to 5, most days are adequate, but some days sleep account is short. Less than 100% performance is what you're probably going to get. 6 to 7, you are definitely in a large amount of sleep debt. So your sports performance is likely to be 75% of its potential. And then if you hit 8 to 10, this is serious sleep debt, and the chances of you having optimal performance is rare. So here are some changes you can make to ensure that you're getting optimal levels of sleep.
8 a.m.
You can set
Kim
an
tries to
alarm
wake
at
up
the
around
same time
every day.
every single day. Next, even if you are swamped with work, make sure that you take some time to get outside or put some time aside to relax. Natural sunlight helps us regulate our circadian rhythm, which is going to help you sleep better because your body's going to know when it's time to go to sleep. Have a schedule that's planned out to when you are going to work out, whether that's your basketball workout or if you're doing something different like lifting or swimming. You can also use apps on your phone to change the color of the screen to limit the levels of blue light that you're receiving after 6 p.m. Lastly, you can set yourself up for success by creating an optimal sleeping environment. You can use things like a sleep mask, earplugs if it's too loud, and make sure that your room is cool and dark. By doing these things, you're going to set yourself up for success, and this is going to allow you to perform at a higher level on the basketball court, in the classroom, and then you're going to also have better relationships because you're not going to be as moody as well. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to turn into LeBron James and be able to have a freak body like this for the rest of your life, but you're going to at the very least set yourself up for success as you're allowing your body to recover properly.